Also, check the mind is drifting. But what keeps you holding on to these 4 points? It is your discernment and dispassion. I believe you understand. Absence of dispassion, I told you, leads to uncomfort, unease, unhappy self. So when the mind returns to that habit during meditation, first the mind returns, absence of dispassion in the mind, and then mind returns to its old habit, then mind is wandering, and then the same mind is complaining and blaming, or taking an excuse that this step outside I have done helps me. Very subtle understanding. But what helps? Discernment and dispassion, D square. Leave the breath, allow it to flow naturally, but continue to drop Om Shanti either inside the head or the heart. Now, even leave the dependence on Om Shanti, do nothing. You are aware when you do nothing, still you exist, and that you is real self. Mm. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. As you know, we returned in a specific way and we share our experience. First, bring the mind on the right hand. Bring your mind on the left hand. Gently raise both your palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms and ask yourself where you are, what is your experience, and bring the hands down. How are you, David and Jerry?
It was a different meditation for myself and perhaps Jerry, because our dog hasn't been trained in the aspects of dispassion for the gardener. So he was very disruptive, but it actually turned it into a different opportunity for me that I didn't hear a word you said for a big chunk of it, I think, because I was being dispassionate to his barking. But what I did notice when it sort of subsided is that my body was so relaxed, I felt like, gosh, I'm going to fall over. So it was different.
It was different. Wonderful. Yes, we are learning the power of dispassion. How are you, Jerry?
So yeah, it was interesting. Initially, when I closed the eyes, I was in the space, and with the first body scan, I was aware that the body was really relaxed. Sometimes when we go through the scan, I'll notice that I'm holding tension somewhere and then let it go, but the body was completely relaxed. And then, yeah, when Stone started barking, I was aware again that I'm in the space, but the mind was going out of the space and in the space, back out of the space and in the space. But I was just in the space watching the mind. And then the mind will pull us to maybe do something. And then that's and then I was, applying it to life, where if we have the decision to do or not to do, if we take all the passion and emotion out of it, the decision is really clear.
That's very good. We all have one stone with us. Stone is the name of Jerry's dog. Find out what is that stone is. And then understand. See the dispassion. You maintain your awareness. Mind is pulling you. You return pulling you. Nothing is going to happen even if he continues barking or he stops barking, to my mind. Did you get it? That is what the dispassion is. Ashok, did you understand? Okay. Brandy, how are you?
I have lots of stones in my life, but I've had a really good meditation today. It was quiet and focused and peaceful, but I did have to make that decision at the beginning just to be in it. A couple of times I had to come back, like, this is what we're doing right now. And then
Good.
It was good. Thanks.
Good practice, but you also recognize there are many stones in your life. You need only dispassion. And it happens in the head inside. It doesn't happen outside. Are you getting it? That is the power. How are you, Lara?
I also had Stone, but I had Barry and Eleanor hanging out and calling my attention today. It was really funny. Right when we started, they come in and they're like, "We want your arms."
I saw.
And so, I'm trying to negotiate that. And then I also recognize that I have a lot of fatigue right now. And I was like, I was in it, but I also feel like I was drifting off into sleep. I was having trouble holding my body up in a position. I thought about maybe laying down at the beginning, but I did not. And so I just stayed with it and listened as I could.
So feeling of sleepiness is also one stone. That is how we have to recognize.
I worked. So I've worked like 16 hours the past 3 days, and I got home at midnight last night and started at 7 this morning. So I'm tired, physically. Like, it's just, yes, I know that it's energy, but it's like I've expended so much and haven't been able to get back.
I'm giving you what I can say. You can rephrase it. The moment you return home, did your mind say, let me practice meditation? Do it. You will see the change. How are you, Stephen?
My meditation was pretty much effortless. I was in a dark, quiet space with just myself and your voice. And the only effort that came out of the meditation was me trying to get my hands to my eyes. I didn't want to leave the meditation.
Beautiful. Yeah, yeah. I see you that it was difficult for you to come out from the meditation. That is beautiful. How are you, Barbara?
I too had a stone moment today
Oh,
because as soon as meditation started, my phone started ringing.
yeah, that is another.
And so it took me a little bit longer to get into the meditation. But once I did, it was so peaceful and wonderful, and I didn't want it to end.
Beautiful. Now, see that with that example, let the power of discernment in the intellect should reflect. Is the fawn really grabbing my attention? Is fawn an individual? Or I am being pulled? Who is pulling me? Mind. Do you understand that point?
Yes.
So, mind, a set of behavior. Stone is barking, let me pay attention. Phone is ringing, let me pay attention. That has become the habit of the mind. And what works? Dispassion, beautiful narration. How are you, Vaibhav? Oh, my picture keeps changing, that is the Google Hangout. Yes.
So I'm calm, relaxed. It's like that when I'm doing the practice, whenever the mental talk starts, so I feel that I'm more comfortable with that talk, or I'm comfortable with the practice that I'm doing. And then it says
Good.
that the practice is, I'm comfortable with the practice I'm doing, so let's continue with the practice. Why to focus on that talk? And then come back to practice, and it was very relaxed.
Yes. Yeah. You see that's how you get rid of the stone. Understand this. When you have a clear understanding, when you live into that awareness, it changes everything. So we have Antoinette, and then I'll come to, yeah.
My body immediately in the assessment, I was very relaxed and I was just falling into a deep relaxation. But the change in the pattern made me, I had to struggle with that, but was able to work past that and get more comfortable and began to relax more.
Good, good. That's another way to understand the dispassion. Previously it was, now after that it was not. How are you, Christina?
Well, thank you for that guided meditation. I finally has clicked the dispassion with the discernment, and throughout my entire meditation, it was just all the aha or the yay moments of, okay, let this thought come. And now I'm not in the moment so I need discernment of knowing. It's just all made sense. So I'm understand the gap is now coming closer. So thank you.
Good, 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 good. That is what we need in our life. Wonderful. How are you, Sam?
I'm really good. I guess interesting comparison because this morning when I woke up, I did the practice from Monday again, and I'm very used to it. And I had remembered you talking about a rising in consciousness versus a falling in consciousness. I definitely noticed in the one this morning earlier that I continue to rise in the consciousness up in the headspace with the breathing and everything like that. This one was a lot deeper and more relaxing, and at times harder to follow your voice, but both the same practice.
Beautiful.
They're both good, just a little different.
Beautiful. That's a good. Yeah, something come up into my mind, rise and fall of kindness. That I'll talk later. How are you, Ashok?
I am good, sir. Applying discernment and dispassion
Yes. At home.
at home. Yes,
Yeah. Outside also.
outside also.
He knows what I'm
20,
saying. That is between me and him.
24 into 7. Thank you. Thank you so much.
How are you, Sangeeta?
सर वैसे ही बहुत पीसफुल है और सर मंत्रों से मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लगता है जब मंत्र करते हैं तो
Yeah, she
बहुत ज़्यादा
likes and gets absorbed by chanting the mantra mentally. And she said that she's already peaceful and going in deeper into the peace. You see, pointing to everyone, but also to Lara, to a specific question, and keep in your head all the time the fatigue is fallen consciousness. That is our definition in yoga. And peace is rising consciousness. So when I remember this, and what makes me rise in consciousness? That is related to passion. Come to me at 12 midnight. Or take another example. I have to catch a flight at 3 a.m. I sleep at 12. I maintain my awareness because of excitement. It's our common experience. So something within me do not allow me to fall into consciousness. So when we live into rising consciousness, we experience, it is a fact. When I work for 12 hours, you feel tired at the physical level, but something within you remains awake, keeps you separate from the fatigue at the mental level. Remember, fatigue at the physical level is a fact. We should take care. But there is a dissociation, dispassion. And I have seen my Guruji used to speak for 5-6 hours, but still have the same glow. Never felt tired. Any question?
Sam will ask
Yeah.
some question.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Sam.
So I had a thought on Monday after the practice, and I guess the question regarding fatigue is, how do we not become attached to the practice in a way that we think that the only way to refresh ourselves from fatigue is to have a 30-minute practice? Because that's not always possible. So what I've been trying to do is just accept the times when I feel fatigued and not do an activity that would make me more fatigued, like go run,
And
maybe
apply
read a book.
discernment and dispassion at that moment. Ask the mind, where you are feeling the fatigue. What is that tiredness? Maintain your awareness. And the moment you will see that you rise in consciousness. I know, Sam, you love me. You are sleeping, and I knock the door at the midnight. What happens? Will you say, no, don't disturb me, I'm sleeping? Because you love me. You will never say your sleep is already gone. So, what we are saying in Dispassion, I think I will not I will take up the 6 treasures from the next session, but I'm just explaining you. Attachment or detachment to the things, including the body outside, you drop it, and now you are attaching yourself to the real self. So that attachment helps you to rise in consciousness even if you don't do 30 minutes of the practice. Did you get it? Does that make a sense to you? So we have to get rid of, no, I should not say we should get rid of the stones. We should get rid of the passion in the stones. And the greatest passion is, I am the body. Hence I am tired. Now see. So now I maintain an awareness, I am not the body. Think what happens. That is why our Guruji used to say, Ashok, Sangeeta, you might have heard many a time.
अरे मन शांत रहे.
Yes. It's a very good phrase my master used to say. O mind, be at peace, this will also pass. What will pass? Fatigue has come, it will. Stone has come, stone will go. Problem has come, problem will go. Suffering has come, suffering will go. O mind, be at peace. This will also pass. We will not pass. This will also pass. The stone will pass. So that will help you. The last point is also worth understanding what the Sam pointed out, that 30-minute practice will not be required in the future if we become a seeker, because that state of meditation is present during the entire waking state. Yes, you see that Brandy reminded me. How are you, Terry? I also forget. Mind is crazy. We don't rely on the mind. How are you, Terry?
I had a very good experience up until we started the Nyasa, and then I couldn't keep my car on the highway. It was just going all over the place. I don't know why.
It's okay. It's okay. I like that explanation.
Really good.
Yeah, that is what happens. So if it is not there, let me bring it back. How I bring it back? By discernment and dispassion. So simple. Discernment and dispassion. And once you bring it, so continue to understand this discernment and dispassion. But now our topic should be the 6 treasures, how to get rid of those past impressions. That is all for today. Anything more? That is good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.